Now the second issue we may have with solving our systems of linear equations by using the substitution method is when one of the equations is not solved for either the x or y variable. So that's what we have here in our second example. So what we need to do is rearrange one of these two equations so that one of those variables are alone. It doesn't matter which variable we choose, and it doesn't matter which equation we use. We just need to get either x equal to something or y equal to something. If you notice here in the first equation, we have x completely by itself, so that's going to be the easiest variable to solve for. So I'm going to rewrite that equation below, and then I'm going to perform the steps that I need to in order to solve for x. So to get that x variable alone, I'm going to subtract my 3y over to the other side. There are no like terms to combine with it, so I have x equal to 14 subtract 3y. Now I have my x variable alone, so I can use that expression to substitute in to the x in that second equation I haven't done anything with yet. So I'm going to start off with the 3, and instead of writing x in parentheses, I'm going to replace x with the expression that I solved for. So I'm going to have 14 subtract 3y. Then I'll go on with the rest of the equation of plus 2y equal to 7. Now, like in the first example, I just have to solve for the remaining variable, which this time is y. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to the 14 into the negative 3y. So 3 times 14 is 42. 3 times a negative 3y is a negative 9y. Plus the 2y that was there still equals 7. I'll simplify by combining my like terms. So a negative 9 plus 2 gives us a negative 7y. I still have the 42 and the 7. To get the negative 7y alone, I need to subtract 42 to both sides. So that gives me negative 7y equal to a negative 35. To get y by itself, I'll divide by the negative 7, and y will come to a positive 5. Now, like in the first example, I already have y, but I still need to go back and find x. So I can actually revert back to the equation I solved for before, the x equals 14 minus 3y, and I can use that to get my value for x. So my x will equal 14 subtract 3, and instead of y, I now know y is equal to 5. So negative 3 times 5 is a negative 15, and 14 subtract 15 gives me an x value of negative 1. This answer too must be written as a coordinate point, so negative 1, comma,